And this election is also about law and order. You know, they said, oh, don't say law and order. That's too tough a term. They say, sir, say law and order very lightly, and then say, and safety and liberty and this. And I said, no, it's about law and order. We have to have law and order, right? And these Democrat-run states are a disaster. They're a disaster. You look at what's happening all over the country, and many of them. Look at Portland. How bad is that? I mean, how bad is that? And I will say, last night in Kentucky, I spoke to the governor. He's a Democrat. We had a great talk, and he pulled out his National Guard, and he's doing it good, and I give him credit. But mostly they don't want to do that. I say, let us send the National Guard. I did it in, remember? Minnesota. We're going to win Minnesota. So I did it in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They were having a hard time. And it took a little longer than we wanted, but we got the okay to get in. We solved that problem in about 25 minutes, I think it took. They formed the line. That was the hard part. The easy part was just walking straight ahead. They never flinched. They were not socially distanced. They were right next to each other. They had $250,000 apiece uniforms. They had more stuff on their head. I'm trying to figure out what is it. They had computers. They had infrared goggles. They had everything. And they walked forward with their canisters of tear gas and pepper spray. And it was, remember the CNN reporter, he went down. He got hit on the knee with a can of, what? Yeah, that's right, he got hit. He said, I'm down. He was down. It's too bad. I felt badly for him, though. He went down. Ali Velci, remember he was standing, and he was saying, this is a friendly protest. It's wonderful to see the lovely people that are here. You know, he's ducking. And behind him, the entire city was burning down. Do you remember that? The entire city. Why are they doing that? What's the purpose of it? I don't get it. But no, he got hit on the knee with a canister of tear gas. They say it hurts. It hurts, you know. And that's only going 52 miles an hour. A bullet goes about 2,000 miles an hour. But they say it hurts. But they cleaned out that city. In a half an hour, they had no problem. Minneapolis, that's one of the reasons I'm going to win. Another reason would be Ilhan Omar. That's the reason. Omar. We're going to win because of Omar. That's a beauty. That's really, she's great. She's great. She loves our country very much. She has total disrespect for our country. And I think she has hatred for our country. But I would say Omar is a big reason that we're going to win. They're not too fond of her in Minnesota. I'll always fight for the right of all citizens to live in security and peace. So we have law and order. Joe Biden is weak as hell. He surrendered his party to flag burners, rioters, and anti-police radicals. The Democrat Party's war on police. You know, a lot of people say cops. I never liked the word. You know, my father, sit down, please. Come on, we'll be here for a while. What the hell? We have nothing else to do. I have nothing else to do except run a country. And the hardest part about running the country is dealing with crazy Democrats. You know, we're working on stimulus for people because it's not their fault. It was China's fault. And we can't get Nancy Pelosi to approve it. She wants to wait till after the election. I said, people want their money now. It's not going to have any impact from that standpoint. People want their money now. The Democrat Party's war on cops is putting the lives of innocent police officers in danger. But my father had great respect, always had great respect for law enforcement, for the police. And one time I said, Dad, the cops are out there. Look at that. They look great. And he says, never use the word cops. It's police. That's the kind of respect he had. He thought, I don't want to, you know, right? Look, I have a couple of pretty rough-looking guys. No, it's true. So I always find it a little hard. You know, I just left an impression. It's police. He thought it was slang. And I don't think they mind. I don't think, how many? We got a lot of them here. Does anybody mind the term cops? And who's here that's a policeman or woman? Policeman. Do they mind? A lot of them. A lot of them. Do they mind that term, cops? No. They just want respect, and they just want to be allowed to do their job properly, as nobody can do it. Do you agree with that? That's what I say. All right, now start calling them cops. He said, we don't mind, just respect us and let us do our job. Earlier this month, 2 sheriff's deputies were ambushed at close range in Los Angeles, California. I called them both, and they're okay, but they were hit. They were hit bad. Last night, as you know, 2 police officers were shot in Louisville, Kentucky. Every year, dozens of courageous police officers lay down their lives for people that they never met, people that they don't know, people they never saw in most cases, right? They lay down their lives for people they never met. They're incredible. Law enforcement, let's give them a hand, please. Thank you very much. That's good. I tell them all the time, you know, we have endorsements from all of them, but I tell them all the time, you have no idea how much you love. You know, they don't hear it because they watch the fake news at night, and you don't get the true story. That's a lot of guys. That's a lot of people back there. That's a lot of fakers back there. Look at all those red lights. The red light means you're on live, you know. The problem with being on live, you make a little bit of a mistake, and they say, this was a horrible evening. Thank you. That's enough. That's enough of that. Nah, it's very dishonest. It's a shame. Really does hurt our country. It's so fake. They don't show the protesters. They don't show it. You know, when you think that, like, cities are burning down and storefronts are being exploded, people are being killed, they would have you believe there's nothing happening. It's the most incredible thing. I don't even understand why. No matter where your philosophy is, no matter where you stand, why wouldn't you want to show the facts, show what's happening? And then we fix it. The Republican cities don't have trouble. The Republican states, they don't have trouble. You go to different states, they don't know. They find it, you know, some of these governors, friends of mine, and I have friends on both sides, but Republican governors, red states, they look like, how is a thing like this possible? Because they have law and order. They have law and order for this. I mean, that's what it is. For the entire summer, Joe Biden was silent as his far-left supporters assaulted police officers, harassed innocent Americans, and set fire to buildings. They were rioters, they were looters, they were anarchists. He called them peaceful protesters. He said they're peaceful protesters. Joe, they're not peaceful. Now, maybe he may believe it. I mean, honestly, they may say they're peaceful. Okay, I'll say they're peaceful. I think he believes it. I actually do. It's the other ones that you have to worry about because they call the shots, not him. He's called for the ridiculous cutting of police funding, abolishing cash bail, if you can believe that, and the closing of our prisons. They want to close our prisons. That's a good idea. He even described law enforcement as the enemy. He said law enforcement is the enemy. Now, you know, I assume, I'll ask the fake news, has he taken it back? I assume, because he's taken everything back. He's taken anti-fracking back. He's taken pretty much everything back. But remember, it's the first thing they say. That's what they stick with. Biden's anti-police crusade must stop. As president, I will always stand with the heroes of law enforcement. That's why we're here. And I was honored to receive the endorsement of 48 sheriffs right here in Florida 3 weeks ago. And all over the country, law enforcement from Texas, Arizona, Ohio, Oklahoma, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, New York's finest endorsed me. They've never endorsed a presidential candidate. The National Troopers Coalition, Chicago. How about that? Chicago police, they endorsed me, Chicago. And all the major law enforcement organizations all across our country. They go back home to mommy, they say, Mommy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know the incredible thing about that? I didn't hear anything except our crowd. No, they have no voice. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, but their lungs are very small. And I didn't hear, all of a sudden you hear, whoa, like this right here. It's true. If you wouldn't recognize them, we wouldn't even know they're here. Now, tomorrow, the headline is, so you had one young protester. The headline will be tomorrow, Trump's rally broken up by protests. One very young girl, she's a girl. Am I allowed to say girl? She looks like she's like about 16 years old. How the hell is that happening? 250 generals and military leaders, also hundreds and hundreds of military spouses, have given their complete and total endorsement to our campaign.